In this video, I'm going to share with you how to negotiate the best rates with contractors. How do you negotiate the best rate with the contractors that you might want to work with in your agency? Over the years, I've worked with a lot of contractors, from design to programming to sales and everything in between. I've learned a ton about how to get the best rates from them without beating them down. Now, when I hired someone to work with me, I wanted them to be excited about it and deliver great work, not feel like they got the short end of the stick. Let me share a story with you that illustrates my point. After I bought my first house, I wanted to make some improvements to the backyard. Now, one of the things that I wanted to do was build a 30-foot retaining wall. It was a short little thing which just kind of separate the two different areas of the yard. And so I had a guy come out and give me a quote, and I was shocked. When it came back, it was $15,000. I thought what I was asking for was kind of no big deal. I was planning to use those $1 gray cinder blocks from Home Depot and only go like 1 or 2 bricks high. And since I didn't have that much money to spend on the project and basically no skills to do it myself, I got resourceful in the only way that I knew how. So here's what I did. I drew up a map showing exactly where the wall would go. Bought a few bricks and I dug a small little footing and stacked the bricks up so that way I could take some photos of what it should look like. And then I wrote up a full description on what I wanted and I posted it on Craigslist with these instructions. I said, please review my plans for my wall and submit your quote along with a short description of how you'll approach this project. If you're selected, I'll invite you over to take a look at it in person. And if I misrepresented anything, you're welcome to revise your quote. So I got a ton of responses. I invited one guy over who had a good write-up, and he quoted, get this, $1,500 for the project, including materials. Like, wow, what a difference, right? So he ended up doing the job for me and got the wall built exactly how I wanted. Now, how was I able to save $13,500 on this project? Well, it was because I was specific and broke down this big job into its component parts. I was able to find a contractor that didn't have to worry about me being a difficult client because there was a clear expectation of what I wanted. Think of it this way, not only did the first company I spoke to quote 10 times the price, but they had a lot more overhead because they were a more established company. They also had to plan for me as the client to be indecisive or unclear about what I wanted the finished product to be. They needed a plan for me to change my mind and want a higher wall or have it done differently. There is a huge cost associated with having no plan and being unspecific. There is wasted time in communication, labor, and materials. So how does this apply to your agency? Well, I took this lesson and I created what I like to refer to as agency recipes, where I designed all of the component parts and steps associated with how I wanted my services to be delivered. Then I found contractors that were willing to execute on one or more of these components. When I gave them such clear instructions and expectations, they were willing to give me the best rate. The bottom line is this: if you're working with contractors and they're making the lion's share of the money from the projects that you're selling, you're doing it wrong. Break down the project into its components, be specific, and negotiate better deals for yourself. If you want to know more about the agency recipes that I've created, I have a video training clip that you might be interested in checking out. Around this video or in the description, you'll find the opportunity to grab that, and I hope it helps you build agency recipes for your agency so that way you can negotiate the best rates with the contractors that you hire.